Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicini's back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Band of Brothers. This is episode 5, Crossroads. And I love this series. I've seen it, own the DVDs. Can't wait to check this one out.
Yeah, we saw last episode that, not all the battles were won. And so I am definitely ready, willing, and able to keep this show going because it has been amazing.
Yeah, 5 episodes in, first 4 absolutely phenomenal. I am just it's been a great experience. I don't want to say I love it, I'm excited just because of the nature of the content, but this has lived up to all the great things everybody's said about it over the years.
Yeah, really well done from all involved. Looking forward to seeing what they give us for episode 5. Let's go!
If you're a leader, you lead the way, not just on the easy ones, you take the tough ones too.
Seemed like he always made the right decisions along the way. He was a real soldier. Like some of the officers, I don't think I would follow them in the water.
Oh.
He was one of the best.
He went right in there and he never thought of not being first or sending somebody in his place. I don't know how he survived, but he did.
Just look at the way this is shot.
Oh, this is a pretty cool shot.
Oh! Wake up. They want us back at Regiment. Come on, Nix, get up. Let's go. Come on, something's upstairs, orders.
Okay, go ahead, I'll be right down.
Let's go, come on, you got 10 minutes.
Go away.
Come on.
Go away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh!
Was that?
God damn it.
Well, that was beer from the night
Oh,
before.
that's my own piss.
Oh,
That's mine!
exactly. It was yellow.
Yep.
A little too yellow to be beer.
Meet Colonel Dovey, British 1st Airborne. Captain Nixon is our 2nd Battalion, S2. That's 1st Lieutenant Moose Heiligan.
Pleasure.
Gents, the British lost 8,000 men when Market Garden fell on its ass, which is why...
Ooh.
Dick,
Sir.
still wage your right citations on that 5 October operation. I need your report.
The report, yes, sir.
Light a fire under it, Dick.
Sir.
Now, goddammit, we asked for this yesterday, and here it is today. A day late and $1.
This guy to write a bunch of reports and trying to
You realize,
win a war.
Yeah, it's like you realize what's going on all around us, guys. Oh, there's Quinn on the typewriter again.
That's accurate. Answer.
Couple of regular G.I. Joes, huh?
He said it. Come on. New guys giving the replacements the what for and why is. I swear one of them was never shaved.
Oh, Tab.
Thank you. There you go.
What you call it, Tab?
Trigger.
That's good, I like that. Trigger.
Got anything on this?
No. It's all quiet.
We got pass racing. Allie, all right, get him on the table. Get Allie. All right, I got this. Easy. Allie, you're gonna be okay.
Oh, man.
Liebgard, use the sofa. All right, let's get this done quickly. We gotta move. Not too much. Hey, Allie. All right.
Grenade, it said.
Is it raining now? Is that what I was seeing?
Yeah, I think it's starting
it's
to.
looking like it, yeah.
Gehen Sie doch nicht bloß rum. Helfen Sie ihnen mit dem Maschinengewehr. Jawohl.
Oh, this is gonna get nasty.
Second on the right. First on the right. Third on the right. Nail the machine gun. Second on the left. First on the left. Wait for my signal.
Prepare to fire. 2 rounds. HE quick.
Wir verlagern die Stellung. Das Maschinengewehr muss hier weg.
Is this all going to happen at once?
Yeah,
that's what he's
giving
planning.
everybody their directions.
Yeah.
Sie dem Grat da, 600 Meter weit.
Oh.
Fire.
lot of them up on that ridge.
How many krauts are left up there?
I don't know. We got 7 in one blow.
Bring up oil and Bacardi! Go! Come on, fall back! Suppressing fire! Suppressing fire!
Gosh, that one just like...
Yeah, zinged right in front of him.
Harry, jump in, got to bring up the balance of first platoon on a double! And another machine gun squad! Don't mind! Go get that machine gun on the right flank, go! Push yourself!
Oh.
What are your orders?
We got no choice.
Here it is. Talbot, you'll take 10 men along the dike. Peacock, you'll take 10 men along the left flank. I'll take 10 up the middle, so follow me. Questions? Go.
I mean, Winters is just right to the point.
Ooh.
The big stuff.
What, drinking?
No, I didn't mean your footlocker. Captain, for Christ's sake.
Why don't you just give it up?
Drinking.
No. Hiding it in my footlocker. You're a captain for Pete's sake.
Maybe you're right. Maybe this is a perfect place to stop drinking. Right here on the business end of the Allied advance. Cheers.
Is he really, though? That's my question.
Dick, you know, that's not literature. You just keep it simple. Try writing in the first person plural, you know. Say we a lot.
Thanks for the tip.
No, wait! Wait for the signal!
Jesus.
The breath's not candid.
There it is.
There we
Oh, I thought I wasn't gonna go, and
That's the rumbling of everything.
once again, no music, no nothing.
I've never watched this with headphones before.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
Just went up there by himself like that.
Yeah.
With that many people.
Hiding behind a post.
Holy shit!
Oh,
And they got some more.
Crouch in the open! Fire from the back! Over! Raus! Hinterhof! Schnell!
Bitte nicht schießen. Polnisch. Wir sind Polish.
What's he saying? He's telling me that they're Polish. Polish. Yeah. Don't you believe it? There ain't no Poles in the SS! Move! Come and see here! Shit!
called it in real close.
Jesus Christ, they got me! Take cover! It's German artillery! Get Boyle! He's down! Come on, help me!
Silence. Boom, 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 silence, and then typewriter.
God, I'll have to pause it and go and read these.
He's got quite the summary. He's
got the
up there.
report.
Well, you're looking at 2 full companies of SS out there. About 50 dead, probably another 100 wounded. 7 back in the regimental cage, plus a whole string of them up there. That's not bad for Dukeman.
You got a drink? Of water.
Yeah, it's water.
Who do you think would be taking over easy, sir?
Moose Heiliger can command Easy Company.
Lieutenant Heiliger would be my choice, sir.
Good. You pack your gear and come on to Battalion CP.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. I mean,
Hey, Dick. Finish your novel yet?
It's a lot of homework.
And I thought executive officer was supposed to be a fun job.
Who are you?
Zelensky, sir.
Who is he?
Zelensky's my orderly.
I suppose you do stuff like get coffee.
Can do, sir.
Black, no sugar. And a bacon sandwich. What, you want something? Bacon sandwich.
Operation Pegasus is set to go off. I thought I might give you the heads up.
Everybody know their job?
We drilled with the boats all day. Lieutenant Wells is coming along and the Canadian engineers.
Know how many times you want to cross a river?
If there really are 140 Brits in hiding over there, 3 trips.
What time's jump off?
We'll be at the far side of the Rhine at 0100.
Speed is the key. Keep moving and lead the way.
Dick, Easy's in good hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows, but
So hard to let go.
You gotta turn that off.
Good luck, Moose.
Captain?
Nick?
Yeah.
Are we sure on the intelligence of this?
Well, I think it's pretty good.
Is Easy walking into another company of Germans no one can see?
Why don't we ask Moose when he gets back?
Right. Yeah. Oh, if they do run into any trouble, you let me know.
Yeah. You run into any bacon sandwich, do the same, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not easy to turn off, especially when you've been with him for how long?
Yeah, after
Have
that mission
bond.
that he just did.
Yeah.
I mean, climbing the ranks in Easy Company and everything, and just all the bonds he has.
Welcome back, sir. Good to be back. Heiliger, 506 at the 101st Airborne. Never thought I'd be so glad to see a bloody Yank. Your show, Colonel. I'll be back shortly.
Boats are all secure, sir.
Oh, the Brits are on the way past the word.
Sir, you missed a signature here.
Looking at that clock.
Oh my God.
Like every fiber of him wants to be out there, not at that desk.
Yep.
Well, let's go.
Moose Heiliger and the American 101st have done the Red Devils a great service, making it possible for us to return and fight the enemy on another day. To Easy Company, victory, and Kurahi!
I'll take the feel-good moment. I don't know how many you gonna
I
get.
was only Easy CO for 4 months, Moose. Before that, it was Meehan's company. Before that, Sobel's.
Yeah, but you're the only combat commander they've ever known. And I'm from another company.
You know where they came from. You know what they've been through. Just hang tough. Train your new platoon leaders and trust your non-coms.
Halt! It's Moose!
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Simple Lieutenant Wells.
Stay away, Company. Stay away, Company, Moose. Here, look at my eyes.
Several Lieutenant Wells, now!
Okay.
Shit.
Is that friendly fire?
You don't think it might be important to let me know how much medication the man has had, huh? Because I do not see one syringe on the man's jacket. Sorry, Doc. It was a good thing he a big man. Maybe he's stand a chance.
He was in a lot of pain, Doc. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah, well, you oughta. You know, you are officers, you are grown-ups, you oughta know. All right, let's go. Come on, move it.
That was heavy.
I can't believe that just happened.
Sir, there's a Sergeant Garnier here to see you.
Look what the train brought in.
Hey, the daredevil.
Hey, Captain.
Welcome back, Bill.
Jesus, it's true. I never thought I'd see you behind a desk, sir.
And someday you'll sit behind it.
Well, I just went AWOL from the hospital to get back here, sir. Hope that's not going to cause you a problem.
Would you care if it did?
Not a bit, sir. Got a letter for you here from Moose. Lieutenant Heiliger, sir. It's recovering, but it's going to be a long haul.
Thanks, Bill.
All right.
So I hear it's going to be a football game. Those chumps in the 5-0 Deuce, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Christmas Day. Great. Skytrain boys. Can't wait. Great. Well, just go find some trouble.
Will you do that?
Hey, Bill.
Sir?
No more joyriding, right?
Well, I guess now's as good as any.
What's that, a piece of paper? I don't want to see another piece of paper.
General Taylor has flown back to Washington. He's left General McAuliffe in charge of the division. Colonel Sink is in Reims to see Marlena Dietrich.
Marlena Dietrich is in Reims?
At the USO.
I'm out of here. I'm going to Reims.
Strayer. Dovey's wedding. I personally am heading back to Airborne to look up a certain young lady.
What are you telling me?
You, my friend, are headed to Paris.
City of Light.
That's a 48-hour pass. It's been decided that you need a little dose of civilization. Bon voyage.
Second that.
Oh, he is not happy about that.
Hey, we're all the same size. Green. That's right. I'm telling you, green. I get the toughest bunch growing. Wait a second.
The airport's right up there. The airport's as tough as they come. We should have come on the basic.
Tight fit.
Yep.
You know what I did in basic training? I had to eat rats.
Rats.
Oof.
Wow, this is interesting.
Man, Winters has been so tough keeping it together.
I know we've seen other shots outside the war zone, but this episode 5, seeing Frank just be by himself in the city is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's such a transition.
I know.
You know, from a war zone to Paris.
Mm-hmm.
All flashbacks.
Just like the silence.
Mhm.
Well, take the music out, and that's essentially what he's hearing conversations, not the explosions or, I mean, bullets flying at his knees, his face. And he's got a hot bath.
Yeah, I'd say he's earned that one.
Could you see 8 or 9? I'll be all right when I can only see
me. I'm John Wayne, the costume He's great, Navy Whites. What do you think?
I'm trying to watch this.
I've seen this movie 13 times, okay?
Well, I haven't, so shut up.
Come on.
Where you been? I've been looking all over for you.
Well, Don, I was at home in Tonawanda, but then Hitler started this whole thing, so now I'm here. How'd you make out in craps?
Not so bad. Here's your $60 aboard.
You pay me back?
And? Shut up. I was up $6,000, but I only have $3,600 left. What are you gonna do with all that dough? Blow most of it in Paris as soon as possible. Give me a tip.
I don't think that climate in there agrees with you.
It's a good day's work.
We need to do a conversion afterwards.
Yeah,
600 is
How you
what
feeling?
he's left with.
Yeah, but
The
he
boys
was
here?
up 6.
All 4 of them?
All 4 of them.
Yeah.
When I
Seen this before?
That can be arranged too.
She thinks she buys her, so he starts
Buck.
liar.
Hi.
Is that any good?
Yeah.
Oh, Buck's having a hard time.
It's a real corker.
Yeah.
We saw that before, too.
Oh, won't anybody give you a lunch? Our hero.
Might have worried about you, Lieutenant.
Favor, bud.
Well, you took the words right out of
Got that, Bandy? Got that, Bandy. Got that, Bandy.
Got a penny?
What?
Come on. Quiet. Don't you get on.
The Duke.
Elements of the 1st and the 6th SS Panzer Division have broken through in the Ardennes Forest. Now they've overrun the 28th Infantry and elements of the 4th. All officers report to respective HQs. All passes are canceled. Enlisted men report to battle for your platoon leaders.
What damn? What a day. Yeah, thank you.
Boy, Neil is doing a great job.
Oh, yeah.
I suggest you take a canvass of the entire base. Get what materials you have before you roll out. Or have you done that already?
No, sir.
K rations, as many as you can scrounge. We don't know if we'll be resupplied or not.
Yes, sir.
What about ammo?
There is no more ammo. Distribute it amongst the men as best you can, so at least everybody has something.
Yes, sir.
All right, Lieutenant Cotton, Lieutenant Peacock, inform Lieutenant James of the situation. Get all your platoons as best equipped as you can, and then report back here to me. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Winner's just boom, boom. Like,
Well, and I
didn't even
think
miss a beat.
he had that look like, you're not going to do this personally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got any ammo, Junior?
Just what I'm carrying. What about socks, Junior? You got extra socks?
A pair.
You need 4 minimum. Feet, hands, neck, balls, extra socks, drums and all. Hey, we all remember that one.
My goddamn boots for a cigarette.
And socks.
You got a cigarette? You need, right?
I bet Junior's got plenty of boats.
I don't. How about a hat? Got a hat?
Hey, you got extra ammo?
What about a coat? Got a coat?
Shut up with the coat. You got no one's got one.
Smokes then. Yeah, I got some smokes.
Oh, now you're
that's
talking.
Oh, jeez.
Keep it moving! All the way down! Keep going!
All right, guys, 15 minutes. Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them.
Sure, we ain't in hell. It's too damn cold.
Hey, stand back, guys. I've been holding this for the last hour.
Nothing like a nice diesel fuel fire to warm you up.
What the hell is going on? Hey, you're going the wrong way. Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Hey, pal. Hey, pal. What happened? Where the hell you going?
They came out of nowhere. They slaughtered us. You gotta get out of here.
You just got here. Your ammo. Come on.
Take it. You'll need it.
Come on. Get out of here.
Wow. That's not gonna give these guys a lot of confidence.
No.
Got any grenades, dude? Who's got grenades? Give me that.
Make a hole, hey! Make a hole! I got ammo! Grab what you can!
Is that Jimmy Fallon?
It looked like him.
Is it just you guys in the 101st? Looks like. What hit you, fellas? Everything.
Yeah, that's him. That's
Holy
2001.
shit.
Yeah.
SPs, Stukas, already in infantry. It's just kept on coming.
What's your name, Lieutenant?
George Rice, 10th Armor.
Good work, son.
You got any more mortar rounds, sir? We're real short. I'll try to make another ammo run if I can, but don't count on anything. Thank you, sir.
Take this, Captain.
How is he in here?
Looks like you guys are gonna be surrounded.
We're paratroopers, Lieutenant. We're supposed to be surrounded.
Good luck.
Wow, and this was filmed, I think it just got into on Saturday Night Live.
How did I not know that Fallon was in this?
Well, you didn't know James McAvoy was in it either.
Just keep on coming.
Long way from Paris.
361.
That kind of like, this is where I'm supposed to be grin.
That was Crossroads from Band of Brothers, and per usual, I'll give my quick 30-second thing here, and because I've seen it before, and let these gentlemen take over. But yeah, the bravery that these men had to do in those conditions was incredible, and this episode felt very different than some of the others, only because for me, we had, Winters at work doing the report, and at the same time we were getting the flashbacks of the battle, so I found that interesting. But great episode. I'll let these guys take over.
Yeah, we saw that, Winters, he's not cut out for a desk job, and we already saw him before. He's not the biggest fan of getting the leave or anything like that. And so they really hammered that home in this episode. I mean, you saw that even when he was at the desk and Moose came in, he are you going to do the A, B, C, and D? And you have this many people. How many trips across the river? 3. All right, And so, and then he's like, well, what time you jumping? Are they going to be all right? And then Ron Livingston is like, we'll ask him when he gets back. And so, I thought then it was nice to show them, celebrating, and there he is on the outside with a smirk on his face, from his office, like he had still been there with him, because that's where he wants to be. And he didn't want to be filling out paperwork. You saw how much it took him to type it out, and I know we joked with how he was doing the typewriter, but he wanted to make sure he got every single thing, because he did make it more personal. Right there at the end too, he's like, you don't have enough cold gear, you got to tell him all this. Whereas he just wanted to just pass the word on. It's like, no, you have to tell your men, because this is your group. This is your group of guys. These are your brothers, hence the title Band of Brothers. These are the guys next to you. And you saw that even when, who was it that came back, that went AWOL to come back? It's Bill, right?
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah, where he came back, and you could tell that he noticed that Winters was totally different being, behind the desk. And
it seemed like he had more to say than what he did when
exactly,
he was in the office.
and once again, you know, we saw that they're having a fun time watching a movie. We saw Scott Grimes had won some money at craps, and then, you know, has to be shut down. Hey, you know, fun's over, guys. We got to get back out there. And now they're in. You know, what was the name of the city, or how was it said again?
Bastogne.
Bastogne. Now they're in Bastogne. You know, with very little gear, very little ammo, very little air support. And as we saw a very young Jimmy Fallon say, you know, you're pretty much surrounded. So, but then you saw the look on his face, like, all right, I'm back in my element. So we'll put it that way. I'm back in my element, because he knows A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He knows everything there is to do. And so far, with everything he's done it correctly. And then when he was on his leave, that's all he could think about was everything that happened. Then he saw the young kid on the bus, and then obviously he had the flashback to the young kid that he had, you know, that was in the field, and so he had to wrestle with that. And he once again did a great job of acting and conveying that pain to us. And another powerful episode, and this has been a good watch. I would highly recommend it for anyone.
Yeah, I mean, Mason Quinn used the word bravery, and I think, you know, you watch this episode, especially you see Winters get out there and run out in front by himself. You, as an adult, I shouldn't say as an adult, I know a lot of these kids were 18, 19, 20 years old, you know, but being a little bit older, I try to put myself in that position, like, how would you act? And it's so hard, as, look, most of us, how much, like, real fear or danger have we been in throughout the course of our entire life? I mean, I don't know that I've ever been fearful for my life or anything. I mean, you try to put yourself in those situations, and you can't imagine what that would be like. And you watch a show like this, and you try to just comprehend the amount of bravery that these guys had, not to just freeze up and just be locked with fear. And I think, you know, being in the company of other guys who are in the same spot, you all try to do your best for the man next to you. And I just watched this, and it's so hard to wrap my head around, you know, 18, 19. I mean, you know, 20-year-old kids. I mean, obviously you had some officers that were a little older that maybe had some battle experience, you know, guys that were there earlier on in the war, but it's just so hard to wrap your head around. It was a great story about Winters, you know. I mean, here he was leading the company the whole time, and then he had to sit down and do desk work. It pulled him away from, you know, where I think he had really shined. You know, he was just, you know, so concerned for the people that he had been leading. You know, it's, of course, this is a giant, you know, allied effort, of course, the war. But, you know, as the title of the show suggests, Band of Brothers, it's like, you know, it wasn't, you know, I can only imagine it wasn't about the army as a whole all the time. It was just about the guys that you were there with and the guys that had your back. And I don't know, I'm really at a loss for words when I watch this, you know, knowing that, especially if, you know, from a family standpoint, knowing that my grandfather served, and my great uncle had served, and I'm pretty sure my great uncle Bernard was in Bastogne. So it's interesting that they brought this up at the end. So it's a little bit different. I think he would have been 22 at the time. Yeah, I think he was born in 1922, so I'm 44. He would have been around 22 years old. And I try to put myself in where I was at when I was 22, and it's so hard to comprehend. I'm a little short on words. I mean, I can say every episode about the cinematography. Look, the opening scene was incredible. The grittiness of it, the way they show it running, it almost, just the way they shoot it gives you a sense of anxiety. It gives you more of a sense of being there. And I know how ridiculous that sounds, the sense of being in a war as you're sitting here watching from the comfort. But I think for other people who have watched it, you know, it's not like it's just a camera on something steady, you know, panning and watching somebody run. So I think they did a great job with that. But Yeah, Winter's story was interesting. You know, he got to go on leave and just, you know, it wasn't, I don't want to say where he wanted to be. I'm guessing everybody wanted to be away from the battlefield, but he couldn't kind of take his mind off everything that was going on. But again, I'm sorry guys if I'm fumbling my words a little bit. I mean, this entire show is just, like I said, knowing that it's not just about an actual event, but it's, you know, it's a portrayal of a group of guys that were over there. Just yeah, I don't know that I said more than 2 or 3 words the entire hour-long episode. I just kind of sit here and watch. So as a reactor, I know it's kind of my job to get my thoughts and try to go over that as best as I can and as articulate as I can. But this show is one where I'm just kind of trying to take it in, I guess.
Yep, I was interesting to see Tom Hanks doing the director gig on this one, and the way they were doing that opening sequence was actually pretty cool. I can't remember if anything else that I've seen, but I do know there's been, you know, some kind of ballpark-ish kind of shots in other films and other TV
style.
With that kind of style, not exactly like that, but some kind of like shot with that. But it was kind of cool. It was really cool to see how they were doing that here in the beginning. I always kind of dig how like TV or movies are going to kind of come in with that cold open and try to grip you. And there's always different ways to doing it. Even like when we try to do our bits, it's like, all right, how do we get something cooking immediately to grab attention, and then how do we hold that attention steady? And I can only imagine what it's like trying to write, you know, 10 episodes, writing a movie, you know, going through that whole process like these fine folks do, trying to deliver true events, but giving it, you know, more of a Hollywood spin, so to speak, right, to keep the emotional pull for everyone to just stay right there. Again, cast and crew did exactly what they were supposed to do, did excellent jobs. This episode really felt, and they've been doing it like a book chapter for each one. They'll pick a, like last, I believe it was previous episode, right? They did Michael Cudlett's character Bull, where it was basically the focal point of him, but of course you got the other stories going on. Same here. This felt like just character development for Winters here of his, sidetrack's just a bad word, but I'm going to use sidetrack for now. You know, how we got the desk job to pull him out of the action, and then at the end, to me, the smirk that he kind of gave was, this is where I need to be, this is where I want to be, is back here with my guys, going into whatever we need to go into. Again, a lot kind of happened here. You know, the emotion that they were showing after, they were saying, oh shit, it's the SS. You know, the emotional display that they had there was really intriguing as well. I can't believe Jimmy Fallon was in this, and it's not a bad thing. I just can't believe it. I feel like I knew Jimmy's history, but that one's definitely slipped through the cracks on me.
Surprised he was able to keep a straight face.
Dude, so full disclosure, just the second he was on screen, I was going through my head of like, how many times did he crack? You know, and not crack. I mean, I'm sure on set here is a completely different vibe, but sometimes, you know, in these serious matters that a lot of the actors use some levity too when they break and all that because they're actors. So, again, we had James and episode or 2 ago, I can't even remember anymore, and then we got Jimmy. So I'm kind of wondering now, are we going to get 1 or 2 more sprinkled in over the next 5 episodes of like,
folks you recognize?
How do we get that one in here?
Yeah, like I said, this episode was very different, again, with the kind of the dual timeline going with the typing of the report and Winter's story. This was an interesting episode for Winters because he's been so tough and so on the ball and always has the answer, and we finally saw him kind of crack a little bit on the train there when he was having the flashbacks of what he had to do. You know, he saw that kid on the train and he's like, you know, that kid wasn't any older than the German that I had to take out. And when the kid salutes him at the end, man, that one, for whatever reason, that really got me this time. I've seen this a number of times, 5, 6 at least. I think I've gone through it, and that scene never got me before like it did this time. So that was something I thought that was done really well. We got a little bit on Buck's character with Neil McDonough, who's doing a phenomenal job portraying him. he's just hasn't been the same since, his earlier battles and being wounded. He's kind of out of it. He's not the same guy. So I like how they portrayed that at the end. And they didn't even need to say anything with that scene with Damian Lewis and Neil McDonough. They were just, after the lights came on when they were watching the movie, they just both stood there and didn't have to say anything, but you knew kind of what was going on. And I liked that. The constant danger that they're always in, even when the enemy's not around. Moose gets shot out of nowhere from friendly fire. They're just walking down the railroad and kind of figuring out what they're going to do, and then bam, it just happens. So that idea, you're never truly safe. And I think one of the last things that I wanted to kind of put out is that, Dick Winters was obviously an incredible man, and I don't know that I've taken more personally from a show that portrays somebody as I've tried to take from Dick Winters. The way he's a leader, the way he sees his men, and he had that smile when he saw all the faces of his men. He's like, all right, I'm kind of home here. But what I've always taken from him is kind of the big things, like you got to get in there and you got to show them yourself. You don't hand that off to somebody else to tell your men what to do. You have to show them that you're there with you. The other big thing that I took out of it was a few episodes before when he was getting on Buck for doing the gambling. He's like, well, what if you would have won? You never put yourself in a position to take from somebody you're supposed to be leading. And throughout this whole series, and I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's so much, and it's been 2001, and I still remember that stuff. That's the stuff that I've taken from this man, who I've never met him. I've never seen him in real life, but the portrayal of Dick Winters in this show and his leadership qualities and things he's done are things that I've taken in my life in whatever small way that I can. But I remember those little things, and I find myself at, whether it's places I've worked at, and I'll see leadership making these mistakes. I'm like, did you guys not watch Band of Brothers? Do you not know how to be a leader? What would Dick Winters say in this situation? He'd be like, you're doing this completely wrong. And it's just something I find fascinating. Every time I watch this, I remember all those little quotes that Damian Lewis does in here, that from Dick Winters, that it's something that just sticks with me. And it shows just how good not only the series is, obviously how brave all these men were and how unique each one of them was in their own different way, and the things that you remember. So I really like that on this episode.
Yeah, I looked it up real quick. The 3600 would have been $64,337 in today's money that he had,
and he was going to spend it all.
And that's right. And then let's see. 6,000 would have been $107,229.
He was doing well.
So, and once again, they sprinkled in the levity. I mean, right away with the. I thought it was beer, but it was a little too light. But I was just thinking he was having a fun night before, but I didn't think to that extreme. So
that seemed way too yellow. That's why I was like, "Is that?"
Yeah.
And then don't piss on me.
Yeah.
For Christ's sakes, that's my own.
And that whiskey that Nick's drinks, that Vet 69, that's a real whiskey you can get. If anybody's wondering out there, any whiskey drinkers out there.
Oh well,
so
we'll have to partake. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. This show is extraordinary. So for Diamond Dave, Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.